of this company, which is an online portal which looks to connect anyone who's seeking an alternate profession directly to recruiters. It's like the Naukri.com for people with actual talent. Or to put it simply, it is the online version of Cafe Coffee Day Warsaw. And it's a very dignified way for us artists to find work. I use the word dignified because all you need to do here is just upload a video of your performance. And here's a little bit of advice to whoever is looking to use the service. Record your videos with the front camera of a really cheap phone. When the recruiter looks at your video, he's like, "Ye acha hai, lekin ye gareeb hai." He probably needs the assignment more. You know, all these guys who you see beatboxing in washrooms or breaking into a random dance move in the middle of the road, these are not crazy people. These are artists seeking work. You know, I've been told that the CEO of this company is an alumni of Harvard. He's a professor at Stanford. And he has a startup now, which is confusing because in India, startups exist only because the founders can't get into Harvard or Stanford. So are you guys ready to welcome the big man on the stage? So please start clapping till he's here. Give a huge round of applause to Mr. Shekhar Purohit. Can I have all the artists here as well?
Thank you. Come on, guys. Come on down, guys. So, a big round of applause for the talent that's showcased in front of all of you today. Most of them have never performed on stage, let alone in front of industry stalwarts and the media. So for them, this is a really big deal. And this is the ethos and the power of Talent Next, right? So what is Talent Next, right? Talent Next is India's premier technology platform that is going to revolutionize how we look at the talent management process. Technology is not new to Bollywood, nor is it new to the media and entertainment industry. No one has more experience than he does, particularly in the television space. And we have our young pup here, Mr. Samir Pitwala, who is called... Folks, come on. Yeah, straight up. So I guess we want to start with...
Hi, can you have? Well, it seems very exciting, Shekhar. I think especially first I have to congratulate all the young talent that actually platformed their talent for the very first time. Like you said, that most of them haven't been on a stage before, so congratulations to all of them. Young, vibrant energy is always welcome in any entertainment industry. I was very intrigued by the AV you showed us about, the modalities of how to work this entire talent online concept that you're introducing, which is the very first, I think, in our entertainment industry. And I think it's going to open various doors to so much talent that would otherwise go unnoticed. And I think since it's a click away, it gives you that one-on-one contact with that talent. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
On today. It was very fresh, it was very energetic. And the AV that I saw, I think this is an outstanding model that you have created. And it's going to solve a lot many problems that one always thought existed and didn't know how to solve them. And I think it's all there, not only for someone who's talented and looking for work, but also for someone who's trying to source the right talent for his or her job. I think, Karan, if you remember our acting years,
Indradosh, right?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Somebody told me about that recently.
I've actually, a lesser known fact that I think Ashutosh and I were in the same scene together, which I'm really embarrassed about. I don't know about him. But then subsequently, I think we're just better off as filmmakers, especially with my disastrous debut recently. I think I shouldn't talk about my acting at all.
So one went to so many offices. This is a series called Indradhanush, Mr. Anand Mahendru.
Yeah.
So one has went to a lot of offices and looking for work and all of that. And I wish when I was acting, your portal was existing then. It would have been a great help.
Yeah. Prahlad sir, I know you've got 40 years of experience of seeing this from where people would actually take it to their offices in, folio to even today.
True. We used to get lots of young people coming to office with photographs. Some touched, some not touched.
Yeah.
And some we couldn't understand why. And we had drawers full of them. And I remember all our trainees were given this job of sorting out all the rejects and the maybes and the have-beens, into little piles. And then sending, mine was the only office that actually didn't bin the rejects. We actually sent them back.
Oh, great.
Because there were addresses at the back, we actually posted them back and said, listen, sorry, but I don't think we can do anything with you, at this stage, because they were just photographs. There was no talent, thing. You had to call them for a test. You had to do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And we were known in the industry, especially in the advertising industry, for our original casting. Because we were among the few people who actually broke that barrier that all models in advertising have to be good looking.
No, and that's a great point, sir.
Because today what has happened is that advertising is looking for real people, not just good-looking people.
Yes.
Because what happens when you have only good-looking people, it takes you 3 days to shoot a commercial with about 500 takes.
So I'll ask you to hold that thought because I'm going to pick on that in a second in terms of real characters. And I want to come to Salim, who, one of the reasons why we built this was to build the industry's first end-to-end technology platform, right, that allowed you to manage your talent pipeline from profiling to online auditions to selection to final auditions to casting. And I know you've traveled the world in the music space, in particular, looking at so many different types of talents. I wanted you to take that perspective and put it to what you saw.
I think it's phenomenal. The most important thing I feel is there's so much talent which is outside Mumbai. A lot of people just come to Mumbai thinking, yeah, this is the place we're going to get a chance to sing. This is the place where we're going to get a chance to score a film but you don't need to come to Mumbai with this kind of a portal. You can be in Ghaziabad, you can be in Bengal, you can be anywhere, and showcase what you have. As a matter of fact, sometimes when I go outside India, I see so much. There's so much of music out there, especially Indians, Pakistanis, who, they're great musicians, they're great singers, but there's absolutely no industry there for them. They want to come to Bollywood. That's their dream. They want to do something in the Indian music industry, in Indian film industry, but how?
Yeah.
How would they connect with, And imagine these people, they have day jobs and stuff like that, but they're fantastic singers. They're great. They're great artists. Some of them are great musicians. They play, instruments like sitar, and they don't speak a word of Hindi. But when it comes to singing, they can sing beautifully, whether it's a thumri, whether it's a rag-based thing, whether it's anything. Right. And they want to, that's their dream. They want to just kind of sing one film song, or they want to be recognized. They want to come to Mumbai to, to maybe just sing a little bit in the advertising industry or something like that. Yeah. So it's for them, a portal like this is really phenomenal. They don't really need to come to Mumbai. Yeah. All they need to do is just do this video or audio clip or whatever, and that's it. If they have something, there's so much going on Facebook, but then Facebook also has a lot of other garbage which you don't want to read and go through. Right. So if this is talent centric and if there's a portal which is dedicated like TN. It really solves a lot of problems and a lot of it really gets them what they need, what they desire.
So you hit on two of the buzzwords or key things that we believe in, which I'm going to kind of turn to Mr. Nair to talk about a little bit. Is the purpose of the platform from a talent discovery perspective is to make it more efficient and effective, right? And sir, you go through hundreds of shows a week in terms of pilots and demos.
AV was really nice, and it's a brilliant idea. I'm surprised no one has done it yet to this scale. We've had ideas like this before in the past, but it's never really come together. I think modern technology allows that to happen.
Our brands are predominantly on digital. So for us, we look at YouTube, Facebook, Twitter as Tata Sky and Dish TV, and we want to build media brands on top of them. And because of the fact that it's as simple to get in touch with our brands by just clicking on message, we get a whole bunch of people sending in auditions and show reels. There's a lot of noise, and if everybody wants to be cast in the next every Bombay girl in the world or every Delhi girl in the world. And what we tend to do now is that we just actually have to go through all of that, and that takes a lot of effort because that's a lot of people from across India sending a variety of content towards us. And this actually, I think, is a good way to filter out the signal from the noise.
Yeah, no, that's definitely sure. I'm going to ask a couple of pointed questions here. So, Ashutosh sir, aapne, you've made such great large films where principal characters and cult characters have come alive, like Kachra and Goli. How would you think about using this platform to find those kind of characters?
You mean by sheer casting?
By sheer casting, yeah.
No, earlier what I did, as in right up to my recent film, is I would go on the various channels on television and look at the regional programming that is existing. And from the regional programming, you're able to see so many actors who, for some reason or the other, have not been able to make it to Mumbai. Probably financially they've not been able to come, or some others feel that there's no point in going to Mumbai. And I've most of the times gone in there and got my talent from there. But that's a very time-consuming process. It's been, they've all been always very pleasantly surprised to know that